Hello, we love you unconditionally, regardless of race or nationality, wherever you are. Today I want to talk about diabetes and can diabetes be cured? Is it possible to control blood sugar without drugs and can it be treated? Stay with me in this video, I will tell you very good things, even if you don't have diabetes, watching this video will be useful for you to prevent diabetes. I am Dr. Javed, with more than 15 years of experience and visits to more than 50,000 patients. I promise you that if you follow my instructions, you will be cured like hundreds of patients who have been cured, but only if you are patient. And complete your treatment, because everyone thinks that diabetes cannot be cured and can only be controlled by herbal or chemical medicines. God willing, experience life without drugs with these methods and instructions. Friends, the human body has the ability to recover and repair itself, just as our skin regenerates itself when it is injured. Other organs also have the ability to regenerate and restore. It is enough to allow them, that is, to give them what they need to repair themselves. When the skin of your hand is injured, if you constantly pour acid on it, if it is wet, or if the conditions for the growth of microbes are present, you will see that the skin will not heal, but if the conditions are right, this healing will happen. And we have experienced that diabetes can be cured with a course of treatment between 2 months and 10 months, provided that during the treatment period, these items are followed patiently. We do not have incurable pain, all pain is treatable. Provided that we understand the dimensions of human personality and his existential dimensions and know that man is not just a body, man has a soul and man has the power of thought, which can actually give order to the body system because it is the best of creatures. For treatment, one should pay attention to all dimensions of human existence. What does it mean? When someone has a personal problem, when someone carries past issues with him, it means that he has a grudge, he is upset with someone and does not let go of this sadness. It actually affects the brain, and the brain affects all the hormones and glands in the body, and it actually prevents healing. Many people believe that diabetes is caused by unforgiveness. The reason for that is resentment towards others, keep that in mind. One of our recommendations to diabetic patients is that they should believe that diabetes is not a hereditary disease. Unfortunately, I had a patient who came to me and said that I am not yet diagnosed with diabetes, but my family has diabetes. So he started taking sugar pills. Unfortunately, this is considered a negative thing for the mind. And the mind believes that you should get diabetes and you will get diabetes at this age. The third principle, signing a ceasefire. It means to make peace with family, society, and friends during the treatment period. Say, I don't have a fight with anyone, whether it's a soul or a heart, and I don't have a problem and I forgive everyone, not because they deserve forgiveness, because I have peace and I deserve treatment and I need treatment for a better life. So during the treatment I said I will be at your service for 2 to 10 months. During this time, I will sign a truce in my heart and mind, I will not argue with anyone and I will try to live a quiet life during this time. That's why I even recommend you to go to good areas. Good weather, places where rural areas are far from urban conflicts. If you can, go to secluded places. If not, there is no problem. In the same space of urban life, treatment is also possible, because it is more related to the human mind. In the first part of my talk, I explained the psychological aspect. I hope you think well and even get help from psychologists. Or use different ways to calm your mind. What drugs should we use? What herbal teas should we consume? What should we not eat? Because not eating is also very important. And for treatment, the first and most important principle is not to eat, and then to eat, not only for diabetes, for all diseases. So, first of all, what diabetics should not eat, the oil you use in food should not be industrial oil. Industrial oils are palm oil and paraffin. The oil you use should be olive oil, which is the best oil in the world. This olive oil is scented, not odorless. Add 1 drop to food on the first day and 1 drop at a time on the following days. After a period of 2 weeks, you will get used to the smell of olive oil and then you can use olive oil. The next prohibition for diabetics is to eat a lot of meat. Those who eat a lot of meat should know that during the treatment period, the consumption of meat should be minimized and most of your food should be vegetarian. It means that about 90% of the food should be vegetable, and it is better to be raw and use very little animal food. Diabetics consume green tea and black tea. One of the effects of tea on the pancreas is that it shuts down the cells that produce insulin, and we've seen this happen in many people. If you like the video so far, please like it and subscribe to our channel. Second, anything with white sugar is off limits during your treatment period, which lasts between 2 and 10 months. Yes, you should give it up. Third, white flour. You should eliminate white flour and use whole wheat flour instead. Fourth, foods that are made in factories and contain preservatives, as well as fast foods, etc. We have mentioned the food prohibitions, mental and nervous considerations. Now let's go to the method that I personally tested for more than a few hundred patients and got the results. With this method, my patients are treated with a special diet for diabetic patients. The meal plan that I want to explain to you includes breakfast, lunch and dinner. That you can change the time and use it when you are hungry. I also introduce you to snacks and drinks. Before I explain the diet and give you a meal plan, in order to raise the spirits of diabetic patients and make them feel that they can control their sugar very soon, I will tell you a short and simple solution. Those whose blood sugar is above 250 or 300 should take the green cap of the eggplant and soak it in water and drink the water after 24 hours. If their blood sugar is 400, their blood sugar will drop below 150 within 3 days. It is very effective for people's morale. In the diet that I want to explain to you, please observe 2 principles and pay attention to it. In Iranian traditional medicine, we have 2 types of diabetes. Hot type diabetes and cold type diabetes. This is how to recognize warm type diabetes. Those who feel hot most of the time, always say open the window and turn on the air conditioner. They always feel hot from the inside. These people have hot diabetes. People who feel cold and their face does not turn red, their face is pale. In fact, we call it cold type diabetes. In the diet that I am explaining to you, give foods that have a warmer temperament to cold type diabetics and foods that have a cold temperament to warm type diabetes. This diet is the result of valuable experience, and by following it, you will see its positive effects after 2 weeks. Use seasonal fruits like cucumber for breakfast. Grate apples, carrots, strawberries, quince or other fruits of the season. Add a spoonful of honey, Ziziphus spinochristi honey, better for diabetics. Be natural honey. And eat this mixture, which is a kind of raw jam. It is without bread, it is better. If diabetics do not have high blood fat, they can make a drink with this jam. This drink contains a few raw hazelnuts or almonds, preferably 15. Put the almonds in a blender along with a teaspoon of honey in a glass of water, blend for 3 minutes. Because it is similar to milk, it is called almond milk, and this, in addition to the raw jam that I mentioned, can be a very nutritious breakfast for diabetics. The second breakfast for diabetic patients is roasted oatmeal with 2 spoons of oil, 1 spoon of honey, and if you have rose water, add them and mix well and eat as breakfast. Barley bread is also one of the items that can be used for breakfast, along with fruits such as grapes. Please note that all these foods that I am explaining to you, if consumed in moderation, do not cause problems for diabetics. And it's not like diabetics can't use natural sugars like honey and fruit sugar. If it is used in moderation and in the same style as I said, there is no problem. The next breakfast that diabetics can use is rumen. It is better to have sheep rumen that contains natural insulin and is very low in sugar. One of the good breakfasts is to use with some oat bread. The next breakfast is black eye bean. It is interesting to know that black eye bean contains vegetable insulin. It is both a food and a medicine. Well, let's get to some delicious lunches for diabetics, which are both food and medicine. The first lunch is barley soup. We called it diabetic soup. This noodle-free soup is very delicious. Cook 2 units of barley and 1 unit of wheat, 1 unit of other legumes. Then add some fenugreek and some sun-dried plums and some olive oil. For those who don't have blood fat, you can add a leg of sheep to the soup. This is a very good food for diabetics. The second lunch for diabetics is brown rice, rice with a layer of bran. In white rice, the bran is separated from the rice. Use brown rice with olive oil. Besides this rice, you can also use vegetable stews. During the week, try plum and spinach stew, but don't put meat in it. I said that most diabetic foods are better without meat, especially in the first 15 days. Eliminate meat for a month. Now some people say that you cannot live without meat and you must eat meat. Our advice to these people is to use rumen instead of meat. If you like meat, it is better to use fish meat. If you want to use red meat, we recommend camel meat, which is better for diabetics than lamb. I said that in the first month of this diet plan and treatment period, it is best not to use meat. And if you are very strict, eat fish meat or camel meat only once a week. Another food you can use for lunch is okra, which is available in most parts of the world and controls blood sugar. Please cook the okra and don't fry it, and you can use it with olive oil. Zucchini is also good. Friends who do not have brown rice available, can use white rice with rice bran. While the rice is cooking, pour 2 spoons of bran into the pot. Do you know what is the best option for diabetics to avoid low blood sugar during the night while sleeping? Some people suffer from hypoglycemia and physical disorders due to blood sugar fluctuations. One of the dinners we recommend to diabetics is a special salad. I will tell you the necessary ingredients to prepare this salad. You can get it from vegetable and fruit stores. Lettuce, cabbage, cucumber, carrot, apple, wheat germ, alfalfa sprout. If you have a mixture of sprouts, you can add it. Fresh lemon juice, a spoonful of raw sesame with skin and olive oil. With these ingredients, you will have a very healthy and excellent salad. You have to be very patient and chew well, because if you don't chew well you may get stomach ache. If chewed well, it is a wonderful dinner. Another food that is both food and medicine for diabetic patients is food made with fenugreek. Fenugreek is a plant that is very suitable for diabetic patients. You can use fenugreek with local eggs. If you don't have local eggs, use quail eggs. It should also be olive oil, and it is better if it is boiled or steamed. The food you make with fenugreek can be eaten as dinner with barley bread. The next dinner for diabetics is green grapes, which should be slightly sour. And if you can use it without bread, that's great. If you want to eat bread, use whole grain bread. The next dinner for diabetics is chickpeas. Cook chickpeas with olive oil and onion. I said again that it is better without bread. If you want to eat bread, just use a little wholemeal bread. Chickpeas are one of the foods that actually help to enhance sex. And most diabetics usually have sexual problems, and this food helps them a lot. The good thing about the diets I told you is that pregnant women can use them during pregnancy, without any complications for themselves and their fetus. During pregnancy, insulin enters their bodies naturally, especially those who have a hereditary background of diabetes in their family. If you use camel milk during pregnancy, you will be protected from diabetes. The next point is to use zucchini. Those who include zucchini in their diet and try to use this valuable plant on a daily basis, their sugar is controlled and they do not get diabetes. And if they have diabetes, their blood sugar will drop. These are things that show themselves over time. Dear diabetics, if you can, walk for an hour a day. If it is difficult for you, walk for half an hour a day. Be sure to walk briskly for a quarter of an hour. Use herbal tea instead of black tea. One of the good teas for diabetics is a combination of cinnamon and hibiscus sabdorifa, which is delicious. You can also use dried mulberries instead of sugar. Even mulberry juice is useful for them. Instead of coffee, be sure to use date coffee, which is obtained from date kernels. It is interesting to know that this coffee is very valuable, lowers blood sugar, washes the kidneys and is very suitable for kidney stones. How to prepare date coffee is included in the description of this video. And those who want to get it ready can order this coffee through Dr. Greenlife to be sent to them. Our office is in Muscat, and friends who are in Oman and Arab countries can easily place their orders on our site. An interesting recommendation for diabetics: do not neglect foot massage. Try to massage the soles of your feet for 5 to 10 minutes every day. This will lower your blood sugar. You can also use massage machines. Foot massage helps to improve blood circulation in the end organs of the body and control blood sugar. Next, I will tell you 2 versions, interesting versions that have been experienced that you can use safely. To control blood sugar and reduce blood sugar, use eggplant caps and soak a few eggplant caps in water. And drink that water after 24 hours. It will lower blood sugar. The next version is a combination of natural vinegar and quince. Steam 4 quinces, then mash them, pour natural apple cider vinegar over them, and heat them to a simmer that actually starts to boil. Turn it off when it reaches boiling temperature. Put it in a glass and put it in the fridge. After each meal, use a spoonful of it. If you don't have quince available, you can use zucchini instead. Using it, as well as keeping the nerves calm, can lead to permanent and definitive treatment of diabetes. Friends, the first step of treatment is believing in healing and calming the nerves, which we mentioned at the beginning of the video. An interesting tip, dear diabetics, try never to become constipated. Constipation prevents low blood sugar. You should defecate twice a day. If you have problems to treat constipation, be sure to watch our constipation video. We have included enough instructions in that video. The next point for you, dear diabetics and even those who do not have diabetes, is that the shoes you use should not be made of plastic. And we suggest a product in this field called felt shoe soles, which are made of very delicate and very interesting layers with felt, and it causes better blood circulation in the soles of the feet and legs. The foot neither sweats nor gets diabetic ulcers, so dear diabetics, try to use felt soles. And even use a felt mat or natural fibers, not plastic, so as not to harm your feet, and be sure to use felt soles for your feet. And if you see that you have a wound, bandage it very quickly with this bandage that I am telling you. Mix natural honey and natural vinegar and put it on the wound, it will heal the wound. We would be very happy if you share your thoughts about this video with us and tell us which country you are from and we can exchange experiences together. We do not copy our content from anywhere, these are our experiences, as a result of many patient visits we have had. Subscribe to our channel and introduce it to your friends. And you can also message our WhatsApp number written in the description and get treatment advice. Thank you very much. I hope to see you in the next videos.